So, welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament Random Replay section. Again, we have got a couple of replays. As you can see, we've got two from Gao Yuan Chen, and we've got a lot of replays by TSC Mu. I'm not really sure I want to do all of them, but a couple, because he has been working on his Zerg bot, and it is spectacular from what I've heard. I haven't seen these yet. I always like to keep these things a surprise from me as well. But first we've got Gao Yuan Chen, and we have two replays because he has been working on his Protoss bot, and here he is playing Martin Decker, and that is a very solid Terran. Not the best, but it can do something. And why I'm warming up with not the best opponent is because Gao Yuan Chen, please let me pronounce it right. I am horrible with Chinese names, but well, he has been working on his build order. Let me speed it up a little bit because it will become apparent in a minute. Namely, a pylon build, who would have guessed that? And then what we get here, we've got a scout going on, and Martin Decker is going depot first. And Gao Yuan Chen seems to be saving up for something, all the while he's being harassed by this one SCV and firing back. So 1-0 in the SCV department. What is he doing now? Is he saving up for a Nexus? Is this going to be pylon Nexus? I don't know. This probe is going to do something. Another pylon. Okay. So, yeah, it could be okay, and in the simulator it could be that the replay is bugged, it could be the replay is not bugged, but the bot is. I haven't seen this game, I just chose it on recency and file size, so I chose a file which promised a game which was complete with a beginning and at least a mid phase. But then again, oh yeah, we've got a Nexus and a Ford and a gateway. So very eco heavy in the beginning. Perhaps after scouting it did that, but a lot of tech all at once and a Nexus which is rather fast. That said, Martin Decker is going bio, it seems, just Marines only, but it will do something with this gas as well, I hope. Okay, that said, the Nexus is done, and we've got a pylon coming up, which is good, and a core. So very, very tech heavy in the beginning, and another scouting message. Here, what have we got? Oh, we've got cannons. And this does remind me a little bit of Thomas Vader, you know, the owner of Xinbot, who does a wall-in with cannons and then carrier, and that is what, oh dear, we've got a StarCAIT coming. So how do I know Gao Yuan Chen will do something interesting? Well, because I saw a couple of snippets on the stream, and then I thought, well, perhaps it is a structural difference, and again, sometime yesterday. This replay is from yesterday, and the Weapons 1 upgrade before a single air unit has been produced. We've got a lot of saturation is a bit lacking, and that could be a problem because he has so much money but not enough probes. Okay, there are more probes. In the meanwhile, Martin Decker is moving out with one medic, and it's going to be late to the party. Oh, let me slow it down to faster speed, and it is going to be a massive thing because they are targeting the pylon, and well, what can you do? You were late to the party and everyone died, so better luck next time. Okay, we've got a turret, we've got some detection, we've got a range upgrade, we've got a comsat, and we've got more Barrett and +1 weapons. So that is a lot of gas for medics only. Let's hope it will do something else next. However, this will provide an excellent opportunity for Gao Yuan Chen to demonstrate his build. we've got 2 more gates coming up. Oh, make that 3. And that is almost exactly what Ximp does by Thomas Vader, because Ximp is also going for Stargate of 2 bases in the beginning. And when will we see... oh, now we will see the first carrier. 1 medic is heading back, and no expansion for... look at this, look at the saturation, it is crazy. And it just keeps on building SCVs. I don't know why it's doing that, but it seems to be... oh, that is a pity. Both of these SCVs tried to build a depot on this location, but both of them failed because both of them were in the way of the other. And now we are stuck on 58 supply, and let's... oh no, here we go. 1 depot, 2 depot, very good. Where are you going? Okay, so now this time we've got medics in the front as well, but a couple of... oh, no cannons, more pilots. And this pilot is covered, and this one as well. Okay, now the cannons are away. This probe is getting some reaction there, and it's exactly the medic. We need to get the kill. It's going down to 500. Okay, so 1 cannon is a little bit of bio. Oh, no, that is not a floating command center, that's a floating eBay. Has it completed all upgrades? No, only +1 weapons. So, more barracks, because you can't spend all your money on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barracks. That's insane. And all the while it's still building SCV. It's crazy. I'm going to say that a lot more often this game, I fear, but what do you know. In the meanwhile, Garion Chen is walling itself off with cannons closer to here and pylons closer to the front. I don't know how that will fare, but we should have some carriers, and they are building interceptors 1 at a time, like Thomas Vader's Ximp does. Interesting. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4 are building. No, this one isn't. Okay, so 3 is not quite enough, so you need another building to slap another carrier in the queue. And meanwhile, the M&M army is growing. I don't know what this eBay is doing. Well, I know it's floating, but I don't know why. I do know why. It's perhaps because of the code telling it so, but I don't know the reasons for it. Okay, never mind. Meanwhile, the comset is full, and we've got a battle on our hands. Only pilots at the front, which will probably survive because it's the and there are not enough seconds, so weapons upgrade is a little bit faster than the upgrades. Then again, it's much worse than CCs and it's using CCs. That was when CCs versus the CCs are not CCs. It's like the carriers on the eBay has found a secret spot to research +1 armor. Isn't that great? In the meanwhile, we've got more. It's just a 1 base, barracks, marines and medics, but it's going to do so in grand style. And look at... oh no, it's finally stopped building SCV, which is good because the saturation is highly over the top. And now, the carriers are being fired on by behind. By the just killed. And if these cannons don't come into play, there's no this. Okay, so this warning off thing should be flipped, cannon on the outside, pilots on the inside, perhaps. Now it looks like I don't have better. is to be hoped that these Marines will not penetrate it, because, hey, to be honest, I did choose Martin Decker because it wasn't a very strong opponent. I would like to show what Gao Yuan-Shen is doing. And now we Gao Yuan-Shen is using a intercept to holding their ground versus about 7 carriers, and more are on the way. So Gao Yuan-Shen is looking at losing a group of carriers because the battle micro is insufficient. Meanwhile, main base mining out. Okay, Gao Yuan-Shen is going for another expo, and now it is loose. Now it's loose. Interceptors stacked up. It should be able to do fire, and more carriers on the way, and another. Okay, that is one of the bad points of Tim, that it doesn't build enough gateways, Stargates. But Gao Yuan-Shen obviously going over the top because unfinished fight, I should say. These are only 1-1. Is it lifting and scouting again? No, it is not. And money is nearly out, so unless these SCVs go on a long mining mission, over. Oh yeah, let's not use any of those because the Protoss main is mined out. Just build new ones. Do what you can mine, you can do what you can mine. Oh god, we get no cluster of cannons like Tim likes to do as well. Look at it. And these 3 are coming out as well. I think we have got +3 already. Let me find one which isn't building any interceptors. I had one, but it's gone now. Where is it? Where is it? This one, it's got +3. No armor or shield upgrades, but that is and that is a nice innovation as well, because as you may remember, that the other Protoss bot who does this build is sending its carriers around the map. Oh, look at it. Look at it. More cannons, more cannons. And these are placed a little bit better. But then again, this expansion is not as big to allow you to place pilots everywhere. Then, will it transfer any probes from the main to the new base? Because it's very low on minerals. Look at it. Only 250 and 2000 gas. So I think that the basic idea is more or less successful, aside from, or if you flip that, you have a decent defense. Also the ratio of pylons to cannons isn't quite optimal, but that's nothing to iron out. This is good-ish. Carrier micro needs to be as Sigmar to demonstrate that you can get the yellow rating 4,000 plus other layouts in this build. It is very, very effective, and very competition as well as its hands. It's still a very powerful build. It's everything that Russia this is going to be another Nexus, but it's building areas of macro of free base, and these probes seem to have been transferred to perhaps to here, I don't know, or to here. I wasn't paying attention. But it's very powerful, it's not hard to do. For comparison, the turn has probably built as many buildings and 9 damage each, so 8 times 9 is 72, 70 damage per attack round, ground and air. That's squat. Will we get a search pattern, or will they flap around here? Let's speed it up a little bit. Oh, we found it. So there was a search pattern and they found the eBay. GG. Gao Yuan-Shen, first victory with the new build order, with the new strategy. And because I am a cruel man, I have also, look at it, that is today, I've also found a replay of Gao Yuan-Shen versus Ice Labs, and that is going to take a little while longer to load, not as long as, for example, a TLC match. Icebot is a... well, Icebot is, I think, still the touch slow. Even though it's a little bit older, it has so many interesting strategies, and it has a very good balance of early game defense, because it's going to build a bunker here soon. It's got a marine, it's got a bunker. So it does something of a wall. It's not always perfect, but a wall with a defending marine is very, very interesting. Yep, here we go. Carrier coming in. And Icebot is going to do what it always does, just a couple of siege tanks, a couple of marines, ward off any early aggression. It does use high ground, which is very good as well. It does so on purpose. Most bots don't do it on purpose, they do it by accident, if they do it sometimes. Oh, let's see, and we've got vultures with spider mines. So another quite cute thing it does is it lays mines at every expansion on exactly that spot where you'd like to see a hatchery, nexus or command center. So that's another check on bots, because if you can't deal with something as simple as a mine being placed here, you can't mine from here. Some bots will place a hatchery or nexus a little bit further back, some will just bug out. And that is one of the things which make Icebot so very, very great for testing new bots or build orders, because it's very complete. It's not overly aggressive in the early game. It does defend reasonably well. As you can see here, it detects the choke, although its wall isn't tight. It is efficient for most things, and it is also, look at it, it's mined up the natural of Gao Yuan-Shen. So if he hasn't got any means of scouting it or dealing with it, he's going to be in a world of trouble, because you cannot really do a one-base carrier strat, or you can do it, but it won't be really effective. That said, yeah, look at it, it's now already running out of gas, so that's quite cute. No weapons upgrade, and by the looks of it, it's not building an expansion yet. It had quite an early one in the last game versus Martin Decker, and Ximp has scouted it, it's scanned. It is using... has scanned? Has it scanned? It should scan. It should have an academy, and it should scan. So there's the academy. But I think it has sniffed out somehow with the scouting SCV that there are carriers in the offing, and perhaps grown clever from playing games against Ximp is building a lot of Goliaths. Will we get... no, that's the Vulture upgrade, that's the +1 weapons. So by the time these carriers move out, there will be a lot of Goliaths waiting for them. Okay, so now 4 carriers and a bit of Zealots, perhaps a hybrid build, but 4 Goliaths, 1, 2, 3, 6, 10 Goliaths and more on the way. It's just going pure Goliath now. Okay, and there come comsats. We'll try and keep a lookout on the base here, because if we are lucky we might see a couple of scans getting off. And here we've got the energy running from the comsat. Speed up, speed up, speed up. There go the carriers, and this time they're accompanied by Zealots, which is I think a very solid thing. A solid choice, but they're not staying together, and that way you will have, if this route doesn't match, the Zealots might be cleaned up by the carriers and tanks, while the carriers are attacking elsewhere. Then again, the carriers may run amok in the main base, while the main forces are distracted by the Zealots. game that Gaoyuan Shen can expand, but apparently, hey, look at it, a scan, and how did that mine disappear? I don't know. Oh, perhaps the zealots passed by, but it's not trying to expand again. And now Icebot is going on with mining, with macroing like a champion. Apparently some units got repaired, or this SCV is trying to get out. Oh, look at it. Where is that dropship going? I saw it a minute ago. Is it here? No, this is just a little bit of mech walking around. That is the EMP, which is very nice versus Protoss. We've got 2 dropships hanging out doing nothing. And Gaoyuan Shen is building a couple of more carriers, but look at it. Oh, there goes Icebot. And there goes the Doom push, because it's now maxed. It's got a lot of mech. At home it's building upgrades. The last few units are exiting the base, and it's just going to collect one big push, about I think 150 supply worth of. Okay, well, didn't block that. That's good. And then so what are the probes going to do? Are they going to attack? No, are they going to blast this spike? This zealots, which is upgrading zealots versus that's it. So, once these glides and launches got around, so GG. Gaoyuan Shen is doing a nice job with a copy build of Thomas Vader's Xin, but isn't there yet. Now, as you have seen, we have got a lot of TSC replays, and TSC stands for TSC Mu, is a new programmer and has been working on his Terran bot. His Terran bot can now beat, I think, any bot out there with bio and mech, and he's now working on his ZVZ. So what have we got? Let's start with a battle against the Overmind. The Berkeley Overmind is a very good bot developed by a team from Berkeley, but it's a bit older by now, and it hasn't really stood the test of time in that it's not gone with the times. So in good TSC Mu tradition, all players are called A, and we've got to deduce by the way they are playing which one of these two Gentle Zerg is the Overmind and which one is TSC Mu. So speed it up a little, because minerals being mined. Okay, let me check the scouting first. We've got an Overlord first, and no scouting scouting SCV for speed, very good. And one bot is going relatively quick. Spawning pool, because the other one isn't doing anything. It's going for a later pool. Gas been mined, and I will slow down a bit once there is something to tell. The yellow bot is building a couple of lings for defense, and it's going on the offense now. No speed. Oh, that's a very quick spire. Very quick spire, and the blue Zerg is lagging a little bit behind. And these lings think the better of it. They could have killed everything, I believe, because blue only has got 2 Zerglings out as of yet. 4, 5, 6, okay, a couple. Okay, so first hypothesis is that yellow is overmined because it's going links first, and blue is the TSC move because it likes the macro. And of all the TSC move bots incarnations I have seen, all of them like the macro like a champion. So that used to be the big difference between old school Brute War players like Boxer and Yellow and the new stars like Nada and U, that the newer guard used the macro better, and once the macro revolution was done, all the old guard, oh look at it, no, slow down, we've got a single meter out now, and a couple coming, blue, and look at it, now the lings are coming. Now the lings are coming, we've got 2 killing drones left and right, and where are the units of blue? I don't know, they are still coming. Have we got any upgrades? No, not yet. And blue is in a bit of trouble, but there are the first mutas by blue. And if you consider the base for yellow, the expansion isn't up yet. So we've got 4 mutas, chasing 1 muta, and we've got a little bit of ground defense in the form of a sunken and a couple of Zerglings, and they seem to be patrolling out there, so they're not really concerned with attacking, they're purely defensive, which makes the case for this being TSC Mu even stronger. And we've got Muta Battle. Because it's only, I don't know what they are doing. It's always a pleasure to watch bots in development because they do crazy stuff, but then again, if 2 of them are doing crazy stuff, you'll get a very crazy. Oh, look at that, we've got Scourge. And then, which one would be Scourge? I don't know. I truly don't really mind that well. I would say... to say by mine has got a very typical attack. That was really silly. I can't tell which one of these 2 is the overmind and which is we had a Scourge, which is TSC move. By looking at this, so the overmind, because every time he tries to moves out immediately, but then again, so it's yellow. Scourge micro, the cloning is perfect. Cloning is absolutely perfect. We've got 2 more Scourge, and although I can't remember Overmind having so much Scourge micro, it's not really, but then again, Overmind is so aggressive. Boom, another hit, or did it die? It connected. The Scourge is entering a cloud of mutas, they're all going crazy because they can't decide which way to run. And yellow is going, no, yellow must be TSC move because Overmind would never in his life dream of going Scourge only. Look at it. Look at it. It is Jadon would. No, it missed, and it hit one, and it got another. Jadon would never dream of having such a heavy Scourge which I now think is Overmind, and 33 for TSC move. But there are only Scourge coming out, and that may be a very good choice because, oh no, we've got Lings as well. And another hatchery. Okay, well that makes another good point for it being TSC move, because TSC move does build like many hatcheries to production. All the while, we've got almost 50 supply for Overmind and 40 for TSC move. and although it's keeping the pressure up a little bit with these 2 Scourge at a time attacks, these Mutalisks are microing very, very well and are picking them up as they come in. Where are you going? Where are you going? Because the Mutas are not really sure anymore where they've got to move out of the way to. All in all, the progression is being stymied by a couple of Scourge, and that is very cute. Oh god, an in-base hatchery. I don't know. I'm going to say that yellow is TSC Mu because of all the Scourge. Overmind is more Muta heavy. I'll ask TSC Mu as soon as I get out of this game. Armor upgrade, which is very good, but won't do you any good versus Scourge, because come here, my laddie. They'll do 110 damage, and if you take 110 or 109, who gives a flying hoot? Haha. In the meanwhile, look at that. TSC Mu is turning up the macro, it's expanding all over the place, it's building more hatcheries. I don't know why it's spacing them like this. It's not building any upgrades, it's going pure Scourge. And now I've got to cast this. Let's see. We've got 60 supply for TSC Mu and 60 for the open. Look at this, this is crazy, right? At least with human players, you've got a bit of a limitation in what they can do. I would like to guess how much APM TSC Mu is burning through, or the Overmind. But they are fighting across many screens, and okay, we've got another base coming. That's interesting. So these Mutas are very much under pressure, and now we've got 60 for Overmind and 70 for TSC Mu. It's on 3 base now, and look at it, it's harassing all over the place, and with links. So I do think yellow is TSC Mu because it is something he would do. Balance all the gas and minerals into a couple of unit tiles and Zerglings. The Scourge. The whole map is afloat with the Scourge and Zerglings. What have you got here? Another hatchery. Armor upgrade. No, it won't do you any good. It will not do you any good. No upgrades here. Where are you going? Another in-base hatchery. Look at it. So many hatcheries. And it's all going into drones, Scourge, Zerglings and Overlords. Look at it! By the looks of it, these things have got speed. And these Overlords are trying to... Look at it, they are, if you look at the mini-map, let's do it. It's like a round of Zerglings. And as soon as the Mutas take place, they're all dodge away. And every time these Mutas move out of the way, the Lings get in and nibble away with these eggs and at the hatchery. And now they're testing that. They have addressed the eggs that are getting there, and now the supply is getting there for the it's at 40 supply. TSC Mu is more than they are crazy and they're killing everything. What have you got here? A sunken. Two sunkens coming. That is this base being knocked down by a Zergling. Many Scourge. Oh, here's a couple. We've got drones walking about here, God knows why. Let's keep an eye on Mutas because where they are keeping it tight and where some money is still coming in from actually the Scourge aren't all that many, but they keep trickling in every time you use it. Okay, so perhaps this is a kind of a reflexive script. If the enemy air strength is down, build more nucleus to although you can say that these airplanes are more than capable of building anything ground-based. Have died. This base is still up, but there aren't any minerals anymore. Going coming in. Look at that. It's everywhere, it's everywhere, it's everywhere, and all the map is being covered by... Look at it, there's the lava to be seen. It's absolutely gobsmacking. Lings are receiving upgrades. Look at the lings supply. And all the drones being transferred from I don't know where. And there isn't a single damn lava to be seen nowhere. Oh, here's one. Oh, we got one. And it's a drone. Okay, that didn't last long. But look at it. It's almost maxed. It's keeping its lava production down to it's keeping production up. It's keeping the lava down. All the lings are just swarming around like starlings. They're not even attacking level. See any? Oh, I see a couple of Scourge. And what I think is TCU has won the game versus the Overmind, and of course the Overmind is a bit old. It isn't all that good anymore. But if you're trying to get up a Zerg bot, and if you're trying to teach it air, the Overmind is a very, very good testing ground. Okay, one more. Overmind. Let's look at the map. Oh, the file name is too long. Okay, well, of course the file name is too long. That's a bit of a bloody nuisance. That's maps replays of today. Let's pick one. Scourge versus no Scourge. And let's call it something. And the number was 1. Okay, good. Then again, let's refresh it. Today, yeah, this one. On electric circuit, that is always a nice map. And what we have here, a TSCMU tweaked this game, and so we no longer have to find out which one is which. He tweaked the game so one bot is going only Muta and one bot is going only Scourge, because he wanted to gloat about his Scourge backs, I believe. So we'll have to see. Pooh, exactly the same thing going on. 11, 12, ooh. Where are these lings are defensive only. They found the choke, and one of them is following the exact same path the Overlord did, so that's a bit of a waste, but still nice to have a ling as well out. And scouting, and it's done. An extra hatchery. Oh. Yeah, it's still running. I thought there was an attack, but these lings, after a few hits, they thought, well, no, let's not get into here. And look at that. This is almost like a pro gamer concave. You take a point like this, and you try to position yourself on the high ground so only a couple of lings can get in. And then at the other end, hey, it's doing the same thing. That's very cute. That's a very nice suggestion for bots, because you can then control how many units are coming in, and you can probably attack them with more links than can get up the ramp themselves. That said, what have we here? Spire is nearly done, and look at that! Look at the progress. You can't see I switched it. It is eerie. This timing is so perfect, so immaculate. And now we can see. Oh no, it's going. Oh, it's going not only Scourge, it's going Scourge and Muta. Meanwhile, the links are moving out, passing each other by. That is nice. And this one is going. Okay, so blue is going Muta only, and brown is going Muta, and the blue ones are moving back. Why? Perhaps because they were grounded and they have made a destination. Now they come to brown is at 29, blue is at 27. Pretty interesting. No link left behind, all the links are being cleaned up, and that is very good because it shows a great overall awareness for your base and your workers. There are no sunkens, no defensive structures, and none at the other side as well. And brown is saving mutas here, while blue is and now they are waiting. What are you doing, my lad? Okay, so 3 mutas, all the rage, and another base. Okay, so now we engage. Mutas are being supported by Scourge. To do with that. So they turn back. And these battles can be a bit wide in the amount of terrain they cover. And look at it. It's just they are feeling their way forward. Brown is a little bit behind, but as you can see, dead now because it got hit by a Scourge earlier. And as soon as these bases will be up, oh, look at it. A clear advantage for blue this time. Blue patrolling the bridge. No, blue attacking again and again, and going for a third. Okay, so blue seems to be ahead economically by a little bit. And it will have timing because, I hope it's used timing, or brown will have timing because it can harvest more gas in the short period that it's got its second up. Scourge, they will die. Oh no, one hit. And you could just move back and make a sniper. It will cost you your life versus all these blue mutas. And now it's going to get crazy because now we've got Lings out, we've got mutas out, and Scourge out. Oh, 2 on 1. That is not a good one, not a good trade. Well, it is still a good trade because you are only trading 100 resources, of which 75 gas and 100 gas. But ideally you would have to, like, each Scourge only hit 1 muta, because then you can just clean it up with 2 muta hits. And there goes the third for brown. And now blue is in the advantage. So let's take stock. What have we here? 40 supply for brown, 40 supply for blue. And blue seems to have its forces in place. One Scourge hit and taps from the other mutas and it's gone. So brown should be able to battle effectively, and now it's going after the they don't dare engage because the mutaflock of brown is too great. And slowly but surely brown is going up in supply. It's now 50, almost 50. And we've got Scourge. So it's not a Scourge station view. drones here, we've got mutants here, we've got mutants here, we've got mutants there, we have got drones here. 40 supply for blue and 50 for brown, so slowly but surely brown is inching its way in because there are 4 SCPs here, and this base, which hasn't been harassed yet, has got more drones mining, and the third for blue isn't up either, so it's look at it, it dies. So another brown, now the blue nucleus they have joined together in a little band, and they are chasing out all the brown nucleus. They are getting in from the top, from the bottom. It's a bloody mess. But blue seems to have the advantage in mutant numbers, while, hello, we are suddenly 30 supply up, and it's only in drones, I believe. Or it might be in these Scourge are so effective. Tab, where is it? Only one tab, right, the Scourge tab, it counts as well. Brown is taking the engage. There is there. And then there's 2 more drones. These drones don't dare getting in there. We've got a brown drone doing something here, I don't know what. Look at the saturations. 1, 2, 3 well saturated bases, and we'll give it we'll give it only 1. There's some fighting going on here as well. So blue is just fight it takes. There is a Scourge chasing computers as well. Other computers. Look at it, it's so low, it's a 3 base, and it's just balanced perfectly. And blue has got a bit of against surface because it's being taken by the Scourge. And brown can do that, so it's balanced. Below 100 all the time, and that's not impressive. I wouldn't like to see the man make their generators. Now we've got a main engines, and there are Scourge, and there are Zerglings. And we have got a... Okay, and we are back. I am sorry that breaking down. Okay, so what we see here is that Scourge has great problems with micro-engagement, which has led to an increase in direction for brown and eventual overpowering of blue. So I think that is it. I do have to say that it's it's GG. I was back to say that the way in which brown is trying to finish the game is not really effective, but under tournament conditions, bots have 90 minutes to kill the enemy, and it has complied with that. So that was a great demonstration of Scourge use. Generally speaking, we've got Gauyo and Jen doing a Thomas Vader's implementation, which isn't there yet, but that's being developed. I'm sure it will be much better in the near future, and to continue is to work on the Zerbot, so as soon as that hits the ladder, be afraid, be very afraid. Okay, this was a quick broadcast from Student StarCraft AI Tournament Random Replay Action. Some updates on bots, on what they have been up to, general gameplay practices. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, on our website, or on YouTube. Goodbye!